What's up, everybody, man? Welcome back to another episode of Welcome to the World Sports Podcast, man. As always, I'm your boy John, along with Eddie and Braxton, man. How y'all doing today, fellas?
I think we feeling good, John. Me and you bitching on everybody. I don't know how everybody else feeling on the pod, man. Somebody like they went to a funeral this morning.
Hmm.
That's because he did, man. That's because he did.
I ain't gonna say too much, but it's not my best day. But I'm here.
I got you, bro. Let's talk about it then. Let's talk about it. We're gonna jump right into it, man. Brax feeling some type of way because his Rockets are now down 2-0 to our Lakers, man, after a great performance from LeBron James and Luke Kennard once again on last night, man. What was y'all thoughts going into that game, watching the game, and what y'all thoughts of how the series gonna play out?
I had a lot of thoughts during the game. I told Brad before the game, if Katie don't play, then he is a special word that we like using in the chat. But he came out there and played, and he came out hot. But then they start getting to him and taking him out the game, which me and John always said, just double KD and make everybody else beat you. Because I don't think that they can. I like Jabari, but I don't. He not. I like Sengun. Other than some people on this pod. Um, I like Tari. I like the pieces I got. I love Twin. That's one of my guys. But I just don't think they can beat the Lakers. Even with this without Luca and without Brack's favorite player AR-15. But that just goes to show like KD is just a scorer, bro. Like, and you take that away from him, then he can't. I don't think he like him on the team by himself. He is not proven, and this was a great example of that. So they took KD out the game, made the Rockets beat you, and I mean the other Rockets tried to beat you, and they didn't because LeBron out there with others, and he did what LeBron do, and it wasn't a good sight for Brax. How you feeling, Brax? Talk to us, bro. Express your feelings, bro. I know you had a lot of emotion go through last night when you seen LeBron dunking at 41 with random people out there. So let's talk about it.
It wasn't a great night for me. I'm a Rockets fan. I'm a diehard fan for this team, and I don't think that any of this was surprising though. To be honest, I mean, like I didn't expect us to look that bad, but I don't know if I would say our chances to win the game was just so great going into. I mean, we was gonna have KD, but the problems that we've had all season kind of just showed up in this. We don't have anybody else outside of Kevin Durant to score the basketball, and that's the simple answer to this all. I mean, Sengun out there just he just looks clumsy, not ready to play. He don't look like he can do anything out there. You look at the stats at the end of the game, it shows a different story. He had like 18, he had almost like a triple double, if not a triple double, and it didn't. You look at the game, and he one of the worst players out there looking at it. And then Jabari, I mean, he's gonna give you some shots, but at the end of the day, he shoots a lot of shots, and it's not like really at an efficient rate. So I mean, he gonna have a good night if you look at the stat sheet again, but it's not really translating. And I think you just look at it like a situation, man. KD, he came to this team, and I think he was expecting them to be in a win now mode. But in doing that, I feel like he took some of the winning players that we had,
Hmm.
unfortunately.
Hmm.
And I know that's a topic of discussion here because I wasn't high on JG because of his consistency, but I feel like in the flow of our offense, we taking him away, it kind of messed some things up. I wish we could have kept JG and had KD, but we got Sengun and KD, and it's unfortunate, bro. Like I'd be surprised if we don't get swept at this point. We ain't played basketball to show me we can win a game, so
I'm
I'm
glad
I'm,
you
I'm
said
over
it.
it.
I'm glad you said it, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you, Brax, from the aspect of keeping JG just to have like another ball handler on the court with KD that attracts attention because right now y'all just don't have that. KD is y'all primary ball handler with no Fred. Because Fred out for the season, and when the double teams come, KD he just doesn't know how to facilitate. Like when the double team come, he should be able to be ready to get the ball out of his hands as he see the double team come. He let the double team get up on him and then try to move the ball out of his hands, and that's what creates turnovers. Like last night, he had 9 turnovers, which is unacceptable, bro. Like especially for a player his caliber, he got to understand that he got to get the ball out of his hands and stuff like that. And then the others around him, like they just don't make shots, bro. Like Sengun, I don't know what Sengun been doing, bro. Because for the simple fact is, they traded away, JG, and they bet all their money on Sengun for moments like this, and he really ain't been showing up. He don't play defense. He ain't been scoring around the basket. He just been looking bad this whole series, man. And I think that the length of DeAndre Ayton and Jackson Hayes is bothering him a little bit. He don't protect the rim. He just ain't been looking good, and they just don't have the. I don't think they got enough scores around KD to like help them win this series. If Fred was here, it would be different because Fred could control the offense and space it out a little more. But with KD being a primary ball handler, like I said, all you gotta do is send doubles at him, and that's pretty much it. Because who else are you scared of on that team that that's gonna make you pay? Nobody really.
Nobody.
I have something else to say. I believe I believe we put a little bit too much eggs into this Amen Thompson basket a little too early. I believe that his game is great. He has a good game, but what we expect him to be versus what he's going to be, I think those are two different realities. If we went into this offseason thinking that he was going to come back with a jump shot and come back, just doing some things that, moving into that status of being like truly elite. And I don't know if we're gonna get to that point. He's gonna be a good defensive player. He's gonna do everything outside of the scoring and getting rebounds, all that stuff. He's gonna do all that stuff. But is it gonna constitute to wins? I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna be like he's gonna be that winning player. I think he's gonna be a liability if he don't get a jumper soon. And,
So
and that's Eddie Boyd. That's
yes,
Eddie
it
Boyd.
is.
I ain't gonna lie, he doesn't need a jumper though, bro. Like he definitely needs a jumper. Him
I,
not having a jumper is hurting the Rockets more than it's helping them for sure.
You can't no, you can't do that because they have shooters around on the team. So his job is not to shoot the ball. They had shooting with him when JG was there, and he wasn't supposed. When JG leaving really messed everything up for y'all, for the trajectory that y'all was going, and
I
Bryce
wouldn't,
wanted them gone.
I
But
wouldn't
No,
necessarily,
no,
I
no,
wouldn't,
no.
we got
Hold on,
receipts.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
I
We
on.
got
wouldn't
receipts.
I did
necessarily say
not. I
they messed
didn't.
it up, bro.
What?
I wouldn't say them trading JG messed it up. I think
I'm saying something about for his game. It messed up a man like trajectory because like he was coming in and he had like because he's a slasher. He's not a shooter. Everybody know that he's a slasher and like a do it all type of guy. That's the only thing he was missing is the three ball. But he had a mid range game and with OTE, but he didn't have to do it because he was just easily getting to the basket. That's his game. Like getting to the basket, driving and kicking and defense. That's his game. Athletic ability. He's given. He's just that's just given. God given talent, bro. Like his ability, like just do crazy things. Him and his brother. So that was never part of his game, the three ball. But that's what I feel like they had pieces around when they drafted him with JG, and they had some other shooters there. So that JG leaving was a huge piece. So I feel like he ain't going off season like just strictly working on the three ball, which this off season he will. So I don't think that you should write him off already, Bryce, because we know how you like to just do with the players.
Whoa. I didn't say I was writing them off. I'm just saying in the scheme of this offense, okay, first of all, trading JG. I was cool with it if the return was gonna be some type of guard. I wasn't cool with it trading straight up JG and losing a guard as well. Like we don't have another guard. We didn't get a good guard in return. If that was the case, if you told me that, I would have said don't make the trade. It makes no sense. It makes no basketball sense to go out there with we basically have all these. At first, it was working because people wasn't ready for it. We let this big lineup and all that. And when we had Steven Adams, it wasn't as bad because all of the bricks he would get all the rebounds. But now that he's not playing, you really go out there and see what's going on. And I think that's not having the guards is what's the issue right now.
yeah, my thing is the Rockets failed. The Rockets pretty much called it quits on the season when they didn't go out and get a point guard after Fred went down. Even if you sign a point guard or you trade for Tyus Jones at the trade deadline, like point guard was probably the most important need on your team, and you didn't go ahead and address that. And I think it's really coming to bite them in situations like this.
And also, I we gotta say it. LeBron is doing this without the top two offensive players on the Lakers, bro. So just imagine if Luka and Brax's boy AR-15 was on the court, bro. This would be crazy. Like this would be nasty to watch. Like it's already, and let's be honest, bro. Last night it was a stinker. That third quarter to end it, that is like U-Rec ball, bro. That was some of the nastiest basketball I've seen in a long time, bro. They're like, I ain't gonna say that because yeah, we
I
sound
mean,
like, but. That was
I
crazy.
mean, you say that, but I mean, shoot, if I look at Luke Kennard play long enough, shoot, he fooling me to be one of them. Because I mean, he making every shot he take. So
You
I
got
mean,
more shots
y'all
to
got
take.
blessed. Y'all getting blessed,
Yeah.
bro. Y'all getting blessed with him and Marcus Smart's performances. I mean,
Because
come on,
they're
bro.
stepping up. I'm glad that they're stepping up.
Rui,
Yes,
Rui,
playoff
like, come
Rui.
on,
He
man.
always play good though, son. He gonna give you what he gonna give you on
Yeah,
it's really. But I feel like I'm more impressed with the Lakers defensively, bro. Like the way that they've been playing defensively and how connected they is. Like every time KD touched the ball, they knew we had
yeah.
to send two
That's the
guys.
game
Up.
plan. They
Yeah,
follow the game. Shout out to JJ too.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, LeBron doing this without Luca and without AR, that's a huge thing. We have to shine a light on that, bro. Because if Luca was there, bro, his shit would be nasty, bro. It would be nasty. And I do think, this was a game y'all had to win, Brax, and y'all did not win. So I don't want to say it, but I think the Bruins finna come out.
I don't know about the broom. I don't know about the broom, but it's gonna be hard for me to sit here and say that the Rockets could win 4 of the next 5 games. You know what I'm saying?
If the Lakers win this game, bring them rooms out, my brother.
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know which way to be on this because I feel like I kind of don't want us to get swept just for the sake of it. But if we do get swept, then I know changes are to come. So I don't know. I don't know where I stand on
You
it,
don't
but
think changes are to come regardless?
no, because I still think you can make yourself like the idea of Fred changing this enough, and I don't like that. I don't
Fred
like
not
that.
gonna
I
sway,
don't.
bro. I ain't gonna lie. That
That's
ain't
what I'm
safe.
saying. I don't believe that. So I think if you get swept, then make you be like, all right, hold on, we got to change everything because
No,
That mean
yeah,
KD. That listen at this, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, KD my guy, but that would mean the last he would have lost the last 8 playoff games in a row. He got swept twice in a row in his last 2 playoff appearances. That is just horrible. So
yeah, that is bad. So we ain't gonna hop on this too much, man. We know what it is. Moving on though, bro. The Spurs lost a surprising game, man, to the Portland Trailblazers last night, 106-103. Wemby went down with a concussion, hit his face off the hardwood, man, and it just didn't look good. What y'all thoughts on that game?
You finna laugh, bro.
And do y'all think and do y'all think Portland has a chance to make this somewhat competitive?
I didn't see the Wimby injury, so I
Boy,
don't know
you,
how
you
serious
don't
it
want to
is.
see
yeah,
it. You don't want to see it. That boy look clumsy, bro.
his
I see
head
it.
looked like a basketball
He
bouncing off the floor.
fell
That,
asleep. He went to
he
sleep, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I think he went to sleep for a little while.
he hit a DeMar Hamlin.
No.
No, it was just so bad. Like I've never seen somebody head hit the floor like back to back like that.
He
Like
is falling from a long way.
yeah, that's what it was.
See, I think that this is gonna hold him out a couple games, or he'll be back this week.
Well, they say he got to be in concussion protocol for at least 48 hours. The next game not till Friday. So, I
Mhm.
mean, that's 72 hours, give or take, but I don't think he's going to play next game just by the way it looked. Like, he went to sleep, son. He
I
was
gotta
asleep.
go back
His
and watch
best
that.
his best bet is probably game 4.
So
Yeah.
you, John, you asking us, do we think they can without Wimby, can they hold the fort down while he out?
Yeah. Because they got to go to Portland now.
I say yes because they other guys are good enough in my opinion. They got my boy Dylan Harper over there. Got Castle. You got D Fox. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Shit, that's all you need right there for real. I feel like they got enough without him to withhold. And it's I'm not saying like the Trailblazers bad, but it's the Trailblazers, bro. I feel like you take Denny out the game, then it should. And oh, hold on, Scoop,
I was just about to
Scoop, Scoop, Scoop.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, my boy came to play. What he
He
had?
heard me, bro. He heard me. He heard me. Because
He
I
had a
was
30
critical.
car. Y'all always like talk stuff about my boy Scoop, but he
I was
finally came out
critical.
and showed y'all why he was a top pick in the draft.
Can you
Shout
do
out
it
to Scoop, man.
consistently?
But I
Consistently.
don't I don't think that they have enough to beat the Trailblazers because I don't think he gonna do that again. But shout out to Scoop.
That's what I'm saying. Consistency is key, bro.
It was a good performance by him. I would say this though. I don't know. I think I think the Spurs are all right. I don't think they got anything to worry about because if you watch the game, you look at it and see like the Trailblazers, they didn't really take the lead until like the last couple seconds because the Spurs was holding them off without Wemby, and like it took like a fourth quarter run for it to happen. Other than that, I think if the Spurs would have just kind of like, kept their foot on the pedal a little bit more and what didn't like turn the ball over a couple times, I think they would have been all right. But that just goes to show how for real Denny is, bro. And like he can make plays, and that lob that he threw to I think his name Mark Williams. Is it Mark Williams?
No, you talking about Robert Williams.
Robert
Robert
Williams.
Williams. I'm tripping. Yeah, Robert Williams. To kind of pretty much seal the game. The Spurs had a good look, but it just didn't fall, and it almost did. But that just go to show, bro. The Portland Trailblazers, they have some things, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to deal with the Spurs even without Wemby. I mean, you probably get them back game 4, but
What if Dame come back
mm,
though?
But
Dame ain't
Damon,
coming back.
but Damon ain't coming back. But
That
yeah,
might be true though.
I kind of agree with y'all though. I feel like the Spurs are the better team. They got more talent on their side. Even without Wemby, I think, like Eddie said, that they could hold the fort down until he get back because he gonna miss one game at the most. I don't see him missing nothing more than that. But yeah, it was a great effort by Portland to still won at in San Antonio though. Even though when we went down, it was a great effort by them to still won. They say you always got to at least still one. On the other team home court, and they did that. So kudos to them. But like y'all said, I don't see Scoot scoring 30 no more. And so I don't really think that they have enough to get the job done. But in other news last night, the 76ers, man, went to Boston and VJ Edgecombe had a day, 30 points, 10 rebounds, man, along with Tyrese Maxey had 29, man. And your boy JT, he didn't really have the best shooting night. So what was y'all thoughts on that game, bro? Are y'all worried about the Celtics?
I
I
mean,
am. I'm
go
worried
ahead.
about the Celtics. Let me talk about this. Hold on. So look, I'm watching the game. I'm like, all right, man. The Celtics, they gonna be all right. This is the type of game that they win. They win at the end. It wouldn't be that much of a deal. But as the game kept going, the 76ers just kept keeping that little lead that they had. And VJ, he definitely showed up to perform. I feel like, dang, like if it wasn't a draft in which you had Cooper Flag coming out, man, and he would have played a little bit longer with VJ had played a little bit more this year and kind of got a more of a rhythm, he would have been able to be, maybe potential rookie of the year candidate. Because I mean, he's definitely a professional scorer, in my opinion. I feel like he can get to his spots and get wherever he wants to go on the court and score. And him along with Tyrese Maxey, that's a lethal combination. So, and then they still got Paul George and other players. So, like, they got a good team. And hey, we was a conversation on this podcast if the Celtics would even maybe win one or two. I mean, not Celtics, Sixers will win one or two, and they even got one on Boston's home floor. So, shout out to them. But we'll say this, man. It was a point in the time when JT was shooting some shots, and I started ducking in my house. Like, man, he was missing them bad, bad. But
I bet
yeah,
you was just happy watching the game, seeing that, huh?
hey, man, I don't wish bad on any player.
I can see how, bro. For me, I do want to say this about JC though. Some of the moves I saw him doing, bro. It amazes me, bro. Just cause like that burst that he has this quick, that's very impressive, and that shows the kind of player he is and the work ethic that he had in the gym and his whole recovery process because he had that nasty injury and we had to see it, but he came back. So definitely want to give him kudos for that and just the way he came back and how he looks, because everybody don't come back looking the same, and he looks better than before. As far as that kind of burst that I saw last night, but as far as the game, I watched the game. I didn't think the Celtics would win just because the 76 came out. They came out from the start like they was on that. And if VJ plays like this, which I don't see him again having another 30 ball. But if VJ plays like that, at least give you like a 20 and others people play. And they got Embiid coming back supposedly for game 3. So that would be lovely. I know for all the 50 fans, they can't wait till he get back because if Embiid is on the court, then I don't see anyone on Celtics stopping them. So I favor the 76ers with Embiid, but you know Boston, they you can't never count them out, and they are the favorites because of that. But if Embiid come back, some
And did they
conversations.
win the series?
That's a big if though.
Oh,
That's a big if about Embiid, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. He don't never show up when it's time for when it get down to the nitty gritty. So that's a big if for me. Like you said, if VJ Edgecombe could give him that every night, but I don't see him giving them 30 every night. Not this early in his career. Maybe later down the line, him and I could see him and Maxey going for 30 apiece. But not this early in his career. I just think Boston had a bad shooting night. I think they shot 50 plus threes, and they just I don't even think they made half of them, to be honest with you. So yeah, it was really a bad shooting night on their part, and
you gotta see that. Hold on, bro.
yeah, they shot 50 plus threes, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's just a bad shooting night on their part, and really and truly, I think the 76ers need if Joel Embiid doesn't come back, Paul George is gonna have to give him more than 19 points a night for them to be able to stick in this series. I mean,
Not if they give you something like that though. If VJ scoring and Paul George scoring, you don't need one of them to go out because
yeah,
Tyrese.
that's what I'm saying. But do you expect VJ to have games like this consistently? Because I expect that more.
Games, though.
I expect that more from Paul George than I do from him.
You see glimpses of like Paul George. He showed you like in that play-in game. He showed you the glimpses like he was PG-13. But I don't know if like every night you should expect that. I mean, every night we should only
why pay him $200 million? Why you give him a $200 million contract if you ain't gonna
I mean, they pay these players crazy nowadays. But I do think Paul George is the type of player that he can have those type of games every night. But I think
honestly, I think they overvalue Paul George when it came to negotiating that contract. Because honestly, he ain't been the same player he was maybe the last couple of years, especially due to injuries and stuff.
So you saying PG? You saying his 19 was not important last night? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not. I'm saying that they're gonna need more from him if they want to have a chance to win this series. Because VJ not gonna give you 30 points a night.
Okay, so if VJ don't score 30, so if
VJ
gives you 30,
Paul George can't give you 19, and you expect to win.
They won though.
Because VJ had 30. I'm saying if VJ don't give you 30, Paul George cannot score 19 and expect that y'all gonna win that game. Especially if Boston having a good shooting night. Boston was off last night. They shot 50 plus threes and didn't even come close to hitting half of them.
And look, I got it right here. They made
and that's really they made 16 out of how many?
13 out of 50, and they made 19 out of 39 for Philly.
And oh, hold on, bro. Let me step in right here. This is the problem that I have with the Celtics. Joe Mazzulla gets named this great coach, but it's really just by chance if he's great or not. Because all they do is shoot all these threes, and if they go in, oh, they just had a great night. If they miss, they have a horrible game. Like, so this is just their game plan.
They living out by the three, bro, just like the Warriors did in the Rockets.
I don't know. I think they shoot more threes than the Warriors did, bro.
The Rockets shot the most threes though. That series back then, that was history.
3 and only make 13. That is horrible.
That's their game though, bro. But all right, but back to that point what you was making. I think so. You saying if this with no Joel? Or you talking about this
with
team?
No Joel, because I don't think Joel Embiid gonna play much this series, if at all.
He go play, bro. He go come back. But okay, so if no Joel, okay, I see what you're saying, but I think they can just switch roles. I think PG can get that 30 and BJ can get that 19.
I ain't seen PG score 30 in a while. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He had 30 a couple days ago, bro.
I don't think against who? Against the Magic? We talking about the Magic or we talking about the Celtics?
You just said you ain't seen him score 30, bro.
You want him to get guarded by you talking about when he getting guarded by Franz Wagner or Jason Tatum?
Bro, he had
Jaylen Brown. Come on, make it make sense, bro.
Bro, 30 is 30.
Man, I ain't trying to hear that. It's levels to this, and you know that.
But you don't need that. If Tyrese go out there and get you 40, all you need from both of y'all is just 12.
A lot, bro. You asking for a lot, bro.
You can do that though. And at one point in time,
every night, though, Eddie.
I understand. Listen, you on 3 more games. You on 3 more games, bro. Look, right now, look. It's a theory. It's a theory that they say it's a 2-1-1 theory. You need 2 games from your best player, 1 game from your third option, and 1 game from a role player. This game was the role player, VJ. So now they need 2 games from not third option. They need 2 games from Tyrese, or Embiid, whoever come back, if he come back. But right now they need 2 games from Tyrese Maxey. That
Bro,
win the
2
game.
playing games is a lot, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I ain't saying he got to go 40, but he got to be the reason they win 2 of them games. If
You
they
said
go
how
on
many games from a role player? How many?
1, 2 games from your
Yeah.
best player, 1 game from a role player, and 1 game from your third option or second option. So in Texas case, they gonna need two games from either JB or JT, 1 game from one of them, a crazy game, and then 1 game from a Peyton Pritchard or like a Derek White. That's 4 games.
Okay. Hey man, clearly the plane agree with you.
Hey, what?
Nah. Anyway,
Let's move on, man. Let's move on. Let's talk about these Denver Nuggets and these Minnesota Timberwolves, dog. That game, I don't even know. I'm gonna let y'all take the wheel because I fell asleep. But then I woke up the next morning and I seen that and Jokic got into it toward the end of the game, and
That wasn't none, bro. That wasn't none.
Minnesota came back to win it, and I knew they was down when when I went to sleep, and then when I woke up, I seen they came back and won it. So, tell me about the game, man. What it was?
That was down 19. And boys, I thought it was over at halftime. I'm like, bro, they at home. I'm like, bro, I don't see nothing from them. They making everything. Jamal Murray going crazy, and Joker just passing the ball, and that's just to them, and they going in. So I thought it was over. And then that they made a late push in that second quarter. And Nas Reed was going crazy. Jay McDaniel had some buckets. They was playing together defensively, and they came back and they made the game. So throughout the game, they were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They pulled it out, bro. So I think this series is going to 7. But I would say Jamal Murray, bro. I don't know what it is. If it's against the Lakers or in the playoffs early, he just has these games, bro. Where he just goes crazy, bro. So we definitely got to give him some credit. And I think this year has been a year that the NBA has the NBA and the fans have showed him some love. This first year being an All-Star, I think he getting that recognition and that he was deserved. It's just now about him being consistent because he's a great Robin. I don't see him as a number one option on any other team, but him and Joker is probably the best duo in the league when healthy.
yeah, this definitely was one of those ones. Good classic game, man. Went down to the wire. The Denver Nuggets, they had a couple opportunities to try to, you know, kind of tie the game late or close the game, but they didn't. And I will say this, man. I got 2 words to sum up this game. Rudy Gobert, man. He made it difficult for Jokic in this game. This is the first time in probably many playoff games that I've seen Jokic. He looked bothered. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, he looked like he was trying to get to his stuff, but he just couldn't get to it because Rudy Gobert was just all over him. And I feel like these are the type of performances why the Timberwolves players talk so highly of Rudy because they know that if he gives you that type of night, that propels them to even higher heights because you're gonna get your points from Anthony Edwards. You're gonna get good performances from the other role players. DiVincenzo made some good plays in this game, but it's all about stopping the bigs inside, and that's what Rudy Gobert did in this game. So I got to give him credit. And if he can give you a performance like that every night, it's gonna be a very good series.
I got you. Like I said, I ain't watched much of this game, so I can't provide a full analysis. I also seen Jay McDaniels talking that talk after the game though. He called out each and every one of the Denver Nuggets and said that they can't guard. So it's gonna be interesting to see how game 3 unfold.
Not lying, none of them known for defense besides probably Aaron Gordon.
He really had a point. He really had a point. I ain't gonna lie. But
I will say
that
this
just the series though. What'd you say,
I
bro?
will say this though, that might come back to bite you. You
I
should have
don't think
never
so.
said that.
I don't think
I
so.
don't
They
know.
don't guard. He didn't lie.
Okay, they may not be able to guard, but Jokic can
That's the
score.
point, though. Say what?
Jokic can score. Jokic can score.
Bro,
They,
stop
they can
talking
still
about
win a
Jokic,
series.
bro. He not
Listen,
like
listen.
that, bro.
He is though.
He not like that. He
Yeah,
not like that.
And I see him let you say that man not like that because he
Yeah,
definitely.
okay, yes, he like that, but bro, all he do is pass the ball, bro. He passed the ball,
No.
and they just shoot it
I
instantly.
seen
Bro.
that nigga shoot. They fouled that boy, and he made one of the craziest and one like he looked like he was about to fall down. And
Yes, he made crazy stuff. That's what he do. That's why he called Joker, bro.
okay,
Yeah.
so he's great though. He
Okay,
great.
okay. We get it. We get it.
We know there's a certain reason why Eddie don't like him, but we gonna keep it at that.
LeBron beat him. I don't care.
We gonna keep it rolling, bro. Another series. I ain't watch a minute of this series though, but the Hawks and the Knicks, man. The Hawks lost game one. Then CJ came back and turned up for game two. And you know they was up in there hollering FUCJ and all kind of stuff. Man, what's y'all thoughts on this series? Let me know how it's been going because
Dang, you missed the best games of the night, bro.
I don't really this series don't really move me, bro. Honestly, if I'm being honest, this series don't really move me.
These
I'm not
was
really a fan of either team. What you say?
these was back to back two the best games of the night. This was for me. This was when playoffs started because them boys are hooping. Atlanta side, Jalen Johnson finally came to play, and CJ he turned the notch back and he went back to when he was with Dame. No, not Dame.
Yeah,
Yeah,
damn.
Dave.
He was a Dame important, but he definitely they trying to make him the villain, bro. But he's let's be honest, bro. He not Trey Young, bro. He not the villain, bro. He
Well,
just in New York just like they like just find somebody that they can like
well,
just everything to and like just get them riled up.
this is why they feeling some type of way about CJ because he ended up kicking JB in the groin in the game before, and then he came in a press conference and he was basically saying that Jalen Brunson wasn't doing nothing but trying to sell it and stuff like that. He was like, somebody tell JB we not on at Broadway or something, and he'll look forward to getting his money back. So that's really what turned him into this villain role, and then he went out and did that. So
Hey, I respect it, bro. He JB do be flopping and foul baiting, so hey, I'm with it.
he did kick the man in the groin though, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey,
Yeah,
Steve,
for him to be saying what he was saying, you would think he didn't even touch the man, but he literally kicked the man in the groin.
was it
Like,
on purpose or like it was just like
I
by
don't know. See, we don't know because the way that the play unfolded, you can't really tell the intent, bro. Because he really was trying to shoot a jumper, but it could have went the way of him like not doing it on purpose, but it could have went the way of him doing it on purpose too.
so it
You
was a
know,
follow through?
yeah, it was the leg. He kicked the leg
yeah,
out
he took his
on the
leg out.
shot.
He gotta get the extra oomph.
Yeah, that's why I
That's
said it could go either way. You don't really know his intent, but
that's a basketball
Mhm.
play, bro. We good.
To be fair though, on his jumper when he shoots like fadeaways, he kind of does kick his leg out. That he's notoriously kind of done that. So I don't think it was nothing malicious, but I will say, I don't think it's smart for these Knicks fans to always try to create an enemy because we've seen what that does to them in the past.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think CJ gives you that performance late in that game if y'all didn't start cursing him out in front of all these people. I think maybe he had a good game, but I think y'all turned him up to another level. He started feeling like it was a couple years ago, more, but still, really, to be honest, he don't get the credit he deserves. He's averaged 20 like throughout his whole career, so like this ain't nothing foreign to him. But y'all did amplify it enough for him to score and do what he needed to do. And he had a great game, and I think, dang, I just feel like, I mean, it was a lot of discussion over it because the whole graphic thing about the timeout being there and it actually
Yeah.
wasn't there. And I feel like this when we had discussions about this, they definitely could have got a better shot. Even though they didn't have the timeout, they definitely could have got a better shot and definitely could have went to a different player, in my opinion.
I
yeah, I
mean,
was about to ask y'all about that because I seen y'all talking about it in the group chat about the
yeah,
timeout versus timeout, and then they come out and say that they didn't have a timeout. So
it was bad, and that's the second time this has happened because it happened in the Miami game as well. So I don't know what they got going on, but they need to fix it. And the game, this is the first game that didn't have any blackouts or any cut scenes, and so I'm happy
game,
to see that. But they got to fix it over there, bro.
was it
But
a prime game or NBC game?
I
I
think this
think
was on Peacock.
yeah.
I got it.
But they both of them they've been acting up. But
I
I
got
will
it.
say that I went back and watched the play, and Josh Hart he kicked it up to him, so I'm like, ain't nothing else he could have do, but because he can't find JB because they was go double JB. So I mean I understand it, but I don't want him taking the last shot. And I would if they had a timeout, you're supposed to use a timeout. If that was the play, but they ain't have a timeout. So I understand the thing now, but at the time it was just it was mind boggling.
I seen a picture of I seen a picture of Mikal Bridges. Like they took a picture after he made the shot and missed, and like he was really surrounded by all the Magic. I mean the Hawks players, and they were just chirping in his ear. I was like, dang, that's crazy. And then CJ came out at the end of the game, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm no villain. I got a wife and two kids. Da, da, da. I was like, yeah, he don't really fit the villain role, but
You
they
know,
paint him out to be the villain. Uh,
Yeah.
what's the other game, man? Moving on to
Orlando,
the Cleveland and the Raptors, bro. Cleveland and the Raptors. The Raptors just look like they don't have enough for Cleveland, man. Cleveland's up 2-0 against the Raptors. What's y'all thoughts on this series? Do y'all think that the Raptors can pull out at least a win? Because it don't look like they can at this moment in time.
bring them brooms out, man. Bring them brooms out. JH, I ain't gonna lie. In that first half, like usually he be wanting to pass and dish, and but he said bump all that. He was shooting threes over three people and one.
Mhm.
That was vintage JH for sure. So I saw that. I'm like, yeah, they don't have a chance, bro. But kudos to Scotty Barnes. He did try. He was the only one out there hooping. I don't know if Glorilla wasn't at the game, but she better be at the game in Toronto if they want to even sniff a win because he ain't showed up at all this whole series, bro. So they gonna need him and RJ Barrett. No, is RJ still there?
Yeah.
Well, see that's the thing. I didn't even see him. So they gonna need them guys to come hoop if they even want to. Drake might need to come to the game too if they want to win a game. But as of now, I got them brooms coming out because D Mitch, he going Spidey mode on them for sure. His Spidey senses were tingling.
Drake too busy worried about that ice cube be placed in the middle of that parking lot. That's what he worried about. He ain't
Hmm.
Is it a date yet, Brad? Did they figure it out yet?
Yeah.
They
May 15th.
Iceman.
Okay. Speaking on this series, yeah, this series is over. It's a wash. I've been enjoying seeing James Harden getting his bag that I know all too well. Man, I think this is kind of maybe showing me the Cavaliers might actually be for real. I know that Toronto is not somebody that we should be looking at like they real contenders, but for them to be putting it together, it seems like they're getting in rhythm, and that's the scariest team to play is a team that's getting in rhythm. So I think they got some high aspirations.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing. I echo y'all sentiments there. Nothing to add. I will say kudos to Toronto though, man, because I feel like they exceeded expectations. Like nobody expected them to
Yeah.
be a top team in the East.
See, I don't like that, bro.
No, no, bro. Who really expected Toronto to be a number 5 seed, bro? I know I didn't. Or
I
number
Me
don't
six
either.
seed.
like that,
Yeah,
bro.
6 seed.
Y'all just saying just because they there, we gotta give them some props. No, bro.
Yes, bro.
No,
Nobody expected the boys to be there.
participation trophy, bro. They is in
Nobody
the
expected them
playoffs.
to be there though, bro. The Toronto was horrible a couple years ago. And for them to be in the playoff conversation, I mean, gotta give them kudos. Now they ain't show up since they've been here, but
Let me
They
ask you this:
fighting, bro.
they were they the 7th seed or 6th seed?
I think they're the 6 seed because I think Cleveland is the 3 seed.
No, this is an embarrassment now. If you a 6th seed and you can't win a game, that's pretty
Right.
bad.
That's why you should have had Miller and them boys up there, man. They would have had a show. But hey,
I don't
makes
know.
Let's talk about the 2 games tonight, man. As we recording this, we got 2 games tonight. The Oklahoma City Thunder and the Suns, and the Detroit Pistons and the Magic. Let's talk about Oklahoma City first, man. They just came out and they blitzed Phoenix early in that game 119-84, bro. Just looking at that score is crazy. What y'all think? Do y'all think the Thunder this series is a wash off of 1 game, or do y'all feel like the Suns could still maybe a game or two?
I think the Suns can steal a couple games just because they always give SGA problems, because D Book not what y'all know what D Book is, but Dylan Brooks, he's a clown, but he always gets under their skin and he knows SGA well and Lil Dort as well. So I think them always bumping heads and like when they play each other, I think that just builds for a good game and good rivalry. I don't know, I wouldn't say rivalry, but it's a lot of build up, and I think that D Book can have one of his games, and my boy JG he get a 30 ball, and they can win one of them games. But I would say J Dub is here. He ain't played all year, but he there. So they look back in form. So
Yeah, I don't think it's time to bring the brooms out yet. I feel like this series kind of hasn't started yet because the Suns just came off of 2 like big play-in games. So
yeah,
they kind of like still trying to reel it in and get back, in form and stuff. Cause they just got through playing somebody else not too long ago. So I think they could definitely maybe still if they had a chance to steal a game, I think it is this one that's coming up. And but it's got to take a great performance from Jalen Green because I already know that the OKC Thunder they're gonna hone in on Dylan Brooks. I'm not Dylan Brooks. Well, maybe
No,
him
they not.
too. You
No,
like
they not.
that?
Oh,
Devin Booker. They're gonna hone in on Devin Booker and make sure that he don't have a one of his virtuosos.
Yeah. Just think that the Thunder too much. They're too much for the Suns, in my opinion. I think the Suns don't have enough, especially with if Jalen Green played like he played in the first game. He gave you two 35-point games back to back, and then he reverted back to the JG we seen in Houston, where he didn't really do much.
don't do that. How many points he had? Y'all not finna play my boy JG.
I don't think he scored double digits. He
Don't do
might.
it.
He
Yes,
might. I don't think he scored double digits, but I just think that the Thunder too much. They're gonna breeze by them boys, and I feel like the Lakers will be seeing them in round twos. That's
hey, John. Hey, we gotta finish our food first.
Whoa!
We're not
look.
doing that. We
We
gotta
got
finish our food. We're not doing that.
the Lakers will be playing. Y'all heard it here first. The Lakers will be playing the Oklahoma City Thunder
Go, bro. And he had 17, by the way.
in round two of the playoffs. The Los Angeles Lakers will be playing the Oklahoma City Thunder. You heard it here first. Y'all clock it, man.
Hey, hey,
Y'all clock it.
hey!
I'm
I'm
speaking. I'm speaking for the Lakers fans.
you know,
I love the confidence, and I agree. But I would say the job is not done yet. So we got to finish. We got 2 more games to win. So that's what
Y'all
I'm
did
doing.
what y'all was supposed to do.
I'm not with John. I'm on. Yeah, we got to finish our food.
y'all heard it here first, man. I ain't nothing on that Rockets team scared me enough other than Kevin Durant, and you take him out the
You don't
picture.
scare me.
You take
At
him
all.
out the picture, and it's just like we out there playing the high school team. That's what it looked like.
Ooh.
That's
All
what it
right,
looked.
to the games tonight. To the games tonight.
All right, another news, man. Other news. The Magic, man. They good. They went in there and they stole game run from the Pistons.
About to
You know,
smile.
Paulo had a good game. I gotta give him props. He had a good game. I'm very critical of Paulo because I feel like he ain't as consistent as he should be. Being a number one pick, and then he got the extension, and he just some games he have games like this, and then tonight he might come out and he might lay an egg. You never know.
Not in the
But
playoffs though. In the playoffs, he usually hoop. To
but
be honest.
I'm props to him. Props to my boy Franz because Eddie always critical of him, but he had a good game. He had a good game. He turned up in the fourth quarter and brought in 19 points. So shout out to him. But what y'all think, man? The Pistons in trouble?
Y'all want to bet?
The Pistons no, I don't want to bet not on this.
Let's do it. Let's do it. You want to make a friend of Rager? Let's do it.
No,
Let's do it.
not on this.
You talking
I
this
think
too? You want to do
I
it? We
think
can bet.
I might bet. I might
Come
bet
on.
a little something.
We bet a little
I
10,
think
bro.
I think
$10,
yeah, we can do
bro.
10. No, it ain't that. I'm just trying to see how much do I believe in the Magic. I mean,
That ain't even a
yeah,
meal,
I think
bro.
I think I'll take that bet. We can shake on that.
That came up to 20.
No, we can do 10.
You can't do $10. I can't. I thought about. I can't even buy no $10, bro.
We can get you.
Wait, what can I
Okay.
give him $10, bro? A
You really
drink.
can't get nothing with 10. We can up it to 15.
All right, I'll take it because you ain't gonna do 20. I'll take it. John, you see, we locked.
20, 15.
20. He said
15.
20.
No, he said 15.
We locked at 15, bro.
Uh,
He 20.
Well, what's the
what
stipulations of the bet? What's the
Detroit
stipulation?
won series.
Detroit to win the series.
I got Magic winning the series. I seen
Wow.
enough.
That's a lot to put them $15 on, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a
I
lot.
seen enough because let me explain like this. Detroit, they're a good team,
Mm-hmm.
but they've lost home court. They
Mm-hmm.
better not lose this next game. They better not lose it because if they lose it, it's over with. They ain't gonna beat them 4 out of 5. It's not happening.
All
Especially
right.
with Orlando having 3 more games at home. That's over with. So I think the Magic will go out there motivated, like, bro, we got these dudes. These dudes ain't even half of what they said that they was gonna be. So I think that they can go out there and win it. But I will say this, man. Did y'all catch the T? Y'all catch
What?
the T?
What's the
All right,
team?
so catch this out. So Angel Reese, she's pretty vested in this
Oh,
series.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, all
Yeah,
right.
so she used to date Jalen Duran, and now she dating Wendell Carter. And there was a lob thrown. Wendell Carter threw it down. Jalen Duran was in the vicinity. He wasn't dunked on, but she posted it. So hey, I guess she on the winning side.
For
How
now.
y'all feel? Oh,
Mm, yeah, that's
okay.
very. That is something of a woman would do, be petty like in a situation like that. Yeah, we shall move on, man. Let's talk a
All
little
right.
football. NFL draft. It goes down tomorrow. My team got a top 10 pick. Y'all team picking in the vicinity of in the 20s, right?
28.
Ooh, that's a second round pick essentially. What y'all expecting y'all Texas to do, bro?
Let's start with you, bro, because you got a better pick. So I think you need to
Yeah.
go ahead and talk to us about
I
what y'all
don't know,
need to do.
man. I really am indifferent about what the Saints gonna do. I don't have a beat on what they usually coming into the draft. You usually think you know what your team is expected to do, but I really don't have a beat on what they want to do, bro. Like I think it's multiple ways we could attack this. I heard some stuff about them, potentially in conversations with Arizona to move up to three to get to the three pick. That would be interesting because I think they will be potentially targeting either Arvell Reese or a David Bailey in that position. But if we stay at eight, it's really many ways we can go about this. We can go get Caleb Downs. We can go get a Jordan Tyson. We can go get a who else would be on the board? A Ruben Bain. We could go get a maybe a Mansour Delane. So it's really many ways we could go about this. And I really like it's really nobody that I've been following on social media or watching on like ESPN or something telling me like this is the for sure shoe and that the Saints gonna go with this. So it's really many ways we can go about it, which is why I'm excited about this draft. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited because I really don't know which way the Saints gonna go, and I'm excited to be watching the draft tomorrow night and my jaw dropped to the floor when they announced who they picked because I think it could go either.
Hey, hopefully it's not another lineman, because y'all pick a lineman.
I might fall out if that happens.
Mhm.
I think
Uh,
I should get go ahead, Bryce. Go ahead. 'Cause since you are in the New Orleans area, go ahead. What you think?
uh, I think I don't know. I would like for them to get somebody who is, a splash player, not just somebody who's gonna be good, but like a splash player. Uh, Harville Reese could be cool, but if somehow, you know, they could get Ruben Bain, I think that'd be a nice pickup for them, considering we don't know what's gonna happen with Cam Jordan. So I think that'd be a nice pick.
Jordan not even on the team right now, so we got defensive line is a area of need. We did get away. I mean, we did let Alante Taylor walk, so I feel like corner is going to be a need in this draft. We know we need a receiver to go opposite of Chris Olave. Um, and then we really ain't never really replaced Tyron Matthew on the back end of the defense. So I could see a Caleb Downs in that position too. All those guys would be justified. All
Yeah.
those guys that we just named would be justified. I don't know. I don't really have a favorite pick. Uh, I'm just excited to see who they gonna pick though.
Yeah, I don't think any of those players are bad picks. So you're really in a good spot, regardless of who it is. I think Ruben
Mhm.
Bain is a good pick for y'all. Though. I think just get the D line back right. But Caleb Downs, if you're there, I feel like you got to take him. You can't pass on that.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
So what about y'all, bro? What y'all expecting to do, man?
I've been doing mock drafts every day, but I just got to a point where I might do my last one today and just let it rock because I can't do nothing about it. So, knowing the Texans, bro, they will probably trade out, which I don't want to see, but I would not be surprised if that does happen. But I do want us to stay and pick the best player available. Either that be Peter Woods. I really like Caden Proctor. I think if we get Caden Proctor, then that will solve a lot of problems because he can play tackle or guard. But we do need a center as well. But I think we need to secure up a guard and tackle for our future. Soon. So I think him, or we go D line, or we can go wide receiver. We have a lot of options, honestly. But I would like to see Caden Proctor if he's there, or Peter Woods, or Caden McDonald from Ohio State.
Yeah, you say Caden Proctor pay all these different positions. You forgot to mention running back, wide receiver. You know, he do all that stuff. You doing it at Alabama. But man, I hope man it'd be nice to get him. But I wouldn't be mad at them trading out. I would prefer, like you say, make a pick because they're not in the first round for no reason. Like I don't know.
Damn.
I'm back. Oh, hold on. Wait. All right. They're not in the first round for no reason. I don't know who we gonna pick in the first round, but I feel like getting first round talent is important. So I think that would be good for us. But knowing Nick Casario, he gonna probably stack up them second round picks, and we gonna get whoever we pick. It's gonna be some good picks.
Yeah, I agree. But we also can trade up.
Now we talking about something. If we trade up, I don't know where we would trade up, but we could get
Probably
some
like
real good talent.
16. I think like the 16 to 18 range.
Yeah,
I
that would
think
be. I
y'all,
would like that.
I think y'all gonna have to trade up if y'all want to get Proctor. I don't think he's gonna last all the way to 28.
I don't need it, but we can only hope.
Yeah, you right.
Or if Sadiq is there, I say bump everything, go get him. I
I
love
think.
Let me ask y'all this though: is Fernando Mendoza the number one overall pick for sure? For sure,
Oh,
yeah,
no doubt.
1,000%. They ain't even question nobody else.
no doubt.
Who's the next quarterback taken?
Ty Simpson.
Man, Ty Simpson, but I don't agree, bro. He ain't showed me nothing all year.
It's gonna be Ty Simpson because
He ain't-
that's who they've been talking about the most. It's gonna be Ty Simpson. Now it's gonna be interesting to see who's the third quarterback taken because right now it's really a toss up between Nuss and Carson Beck. And really and truly, you could you could make the case that Carson Beck really been better than Nuss if we going based off the last season. But
I think the news about Nuss's injury, the spine thing, they say it's not serious, but
yeah,
if I'm a team, I'm staying away.
Yeah,
they're saying he could have surgery and be ready within 2 weeks. But my thing is going a little bit off track. If you Brian Kelly, if you LSU, how didn't y'all find that earlier in the season? You know what I'm saying?
well, we saw that Brian Kelly, he don't really address the players in their, how they feel.
But Frank, when we were saying it was the coach, somebody was calling her crazy. I ain't gonna say no
I'm
name.
not low because it's still not. It was still wasn't a coach. He went out
Oh
there
yeah,
playing.
it
He
was.
went out there playing.
He pulling out a hurt quarter. He throwing a hurt quarterback out there, knowing something ain't right with this man. And he instead of not putting us in a good position to win the game, he throwing us out there.
And that's
And
one person though. He ain't talk about all the missed tackles and though. He ain't want to talk about that.
but we're gonna talk about the missed throws he missed in certain situations of the game. We're gonna talk about that.
Mhm.
It's a two-sided coin. It's a two-sided coin.
But then again, he not the one. He didn't. Hey, listen. He not, he's not on the field, bro. So we not. I hate y'all.
he
We
made
not blaming the coaches.
he made the decision to keep throwing us out there. That's all I'm gonna say. Knowing he was hurt.
He
My thing
threw
is
it.
how didn't they find that he had a cyst on his spine, bro? That don't make no sense to me. Like you went all the way, y'all did all these tests on this man, all this, and the root cause of him hurting his oblique was having a cyst on his spine. That could have been he could have had surgery and been healed within 2 to 3 weeks.
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. But hey, it's something that we gotta say as LSU fans. We know them finding injuries ain't the best situation because look
Yeah,
what happened with old dude.
yep, you 100% right. You especially under Brian Kelly anyway. Especially under
Mm.
All right, y'all. Time for the best part of the show now with the Black Spotlight. Today we gonna start with John, then we'll go to Braxton, then I'm gonna close it out.
let's get it, man. This week I'm gonna do Caleb Downs, bro. All American safety from Ohio State. He started his career off at Bama, played 1 year under Nick Saban. Nick Saban retired. Then he went and he finished out his 2 years at Ohio State, man. If you listen to people talk, including Nick Saban and others, they talk about how good of a football player he is. I heard Nick Saban today, matter of fact, on the Pat McAfee show, was talking about Caleb Downs, and he was just saying how, you know, Caleb Downs would have been the top safety taken in the draft his freshman year. That's how good he was. And they just talk about how intelligent he is, how much a good football player is, and even better how much of a great person he is as well. So that's my black spotlight for this week. And if he fall to number 8, man, I sure do hope my New Orleans Saints get him, because when you get tabbed as the chosen one per se, almost by Nick Saban and others, as a freshman, that speaks a lot about your game.
It definitely does, man. Shout out to him, man. I think he would be definitely a great pick for whoever decides to draft him. I will say my black spotlight for this week is Jeremiah Love, Notre Dame running back. Man, it's a lot of stories that he makes from touchdowns, and he's got one of the longest touchdowns in Notre Dame history. But I think the things that he's overcome is a much bigger story. I mean, him being known as autistic and being able to kind of let that
No.
still not stop him from accomplishing the things that he want to accomplish, that is a big feat for him. But hey, even with that going on, you wouldn't know it by seeing him on the field. He definitely performs, making plays. His mother, I mean, I've seen him on in an ESPN story or something like that. His mom was talking about it, how it made him special, like, and made him like just above and beyond good in the sport. So shout out to him. And man, I hope he gets to a team that where he can really showcase his talent, because I feel like he's one of the best backs coming out that I've seen in a minute. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Then these fools here are crazy as hell.
Brazil, you didn't know how to keep saying the words, bro. Come on, bro. Like, you said all
Bro,
the words. Like, come on, gang. You ain't have to do special
Man,
what
one,
that
you mean?
I looked at it and he started dying laughing, bro.
bro.
Yeah.
Listen,
Hey,
Jeremiah Love, we love you, bro. You are a hell of an athlete, bro. I bet you're a great person, bro.
He definitely is, bro.
Yeah, I watched the story, so yeah, bro. That was beautiful and very inspiring, bro. So shout out to you, and also to my boy, who
Caleb
John,
Downs.
yeah, Caleb Down. Shout out to you. For me, this one kind of hit home because this one of my guys went to LSU with. Tyron Montgomery. That's why I'm choosing today for my black spotlight. Met him freshman year with my boy Dino. Went over there. He's a great guy. I never thought his story was his story. That's crazy because everybody got a story, and you never know what people going through. So I'm not gonna say his story. Y'all can go watch it on YouTube under ESPN features. But yeah, he has a beautiful story, and he has came a long way from not even playing football in high school, not even playing in college. He was supposed to walk on for basketball. He's been a basketball guy his whole life, and I saw what he could do in the gym. So I know he like that. So just find out that he was even trying to attempt football. I wasn't shocked, but I wasn't like, oh dang, I thought he was playing basketball somewhere. So I'm just saying like his whole story and where he has come now, and to be on draft boys, let alone like they had him to talk about it. He'll just go walk on and just do it from there. But just from him, going to Division 3, and now he's on the big board now for our receiver. That's crazy to think about. So definitely want to give some shout out to him, shout out and love to, and bro. I'm proud of you, bro. I know your mom proud of you and your whole family, everybody. Love to see how far you came, bro. So we rooting for you on the podcast for sure, and we want to see you do great things in the league. I know you're gonna do great things. So keep grinding, keep doing you, bro. Shout out to you, and shout out to our black spotlights, man.
Yes, sir, 100%. And hey, quick note on Jeremiah Love. He actually has a comic book out. I forgot the name of it, but I seen him talking about it on First Take one day. He got a comic book out. I can't call it off the top of my head, but y'all can always Google it and find it out. But yeah, man, shout out to the Black Spotlights, bro. It's draft week, one of the best weeks of the football calendar as a whole, man. So it's gonna be exciting watching those guys get drafted in this upcoming weekend. But as for the podcast episode today, man, that's all we got for y'all, man. Once again, appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube as we continue to bring you more episodes every week. Follow us on Instagram at WTTWS Podcast, as well as our individual Instagrams, man, to keep up with more updates for the pod. And until next time, man, we hope y'all stay blessed and y'all keep it locked right here to Welcome to the World Sports Podcast. We out.